on, foodie fam? It is cold outside, so today we are going to do a basil. So let's get started. So what's going on, foodie fam? So it is freezing cold outside right now in December and January, and this one actually hits the spot. I'm gonna actually add a bonus in there to the sandwich. Now, first thing we want to do is actually get our bell peppers, our onions, and our garlic in the oven. We want to roast these. So once it come out, you can see how this is nice and here it comes. Look at that garlic, pushing out the garlic. And I use a red and I use an orange bell pepper because it has a little bit more of a sweetness to it. So I'm gonna put this in a blender real quick with a little bit of the olive oil also into it. So I'm just gonna squeeze it in there. And I'm gonna blend it. Now, this is really good, especially if you're trying to lose a little weight or it's pretty keto friendly. So I love this. I've had it a few times. Now, what I'm doing is I'm actually rinsing off the spoon, and then I'm also taking a little bit of that little bits that's in there. And I'm just gonna put it right into the pot that I'm ultimately gonna pour everything into. So right now, we only have the garlic, we only have the bell peppers and the onions in here right now. But the next thing we're gonna add is actually tomatoes. So I already like to go ahead and use the already tomato sauce, and just go ahead and open 2 cans up. You're gonna put that right in there real quick. And it's gonna have this like little tint color, but that color is gonna, soonly fade. Now it's just gonna be a lot of flavor in there. Now I do not want to pour water in the container and then pouring it in here because I don't want to dilute it. If I do that, if you do want to do that, you can, but you're gonna have to cook this a little longer. So if you do it, you're just gonna have to cook a little longer, let it reduce down so it gets real. Now I'm taking a little bit of chicken stock, and I did add a little bit into there. So I got a little bit of more chicken stock, a little bit more layer of flavor in there. And now I'm gonna add my seasoning. Now I didn't add any salt on why I'm gonna add the salt. I have some garlic powder and some onion powder. A little bit of cracked pepper, fresh cracked pepper. Smoked paprika. If it's not in your kitchen, you must put it in your kitchen. It's a great thing to have. You can use regular paprika if you want, and some chili powder. Now here's my secret to this. I actually like to add chipotle. Chipotle is actually going to give it like a little extra little spice to it, a little kick to it. So add a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a very little, and you'll be fine with it. Now we're actually cooking this down on like a medium low. So we want this to kind of slowly simmer. This is actually a coconut milk, and coconut milk is going to give it a little bit more of a creamier body to it. I actually added a little bit more seasoning into it, but this is going to give it more of a body. Now we're going to stir this up, and we're going to let this simmer for at least around 45 minutes. And we don't want to simmer it with a lid on it. We want to let it simmer so it can reduce down, and some of those flavors can intensify a little bit. Okay, so we're getting all the way to the corners and everything else. Now, since we got this time, now we're going to go ahead and get our sandwich. Now we're doing a grilled cheese. I like to use this grilled cheese, and this is basically what I'm using is a boring cheese spread. You can actually get this in most of the grocery stores, easy to find. It's great for a little bread spread. And then I'm actually adding mozzarella cheese. So there you go, boring cheese spread. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because this is gonna give it like a creamier flavor, not just a cheese pool, but just a creamy flavor. The mozzarella is actually going to give you your cheese pool. So you want to add these two together. You don't have to do much to it. That's pretty much it. You're going to add these two together. I'm going to let this sit on the side for a second. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some compound butter. This is garlic butter that I use. So we have garlic, roasted garlic, butter, unsalted butter, and we have herbs. And we're just gonna put this on the garlic bread, on the rye bread. I use a thick bread. You can use Texas toast. You can use any kind of bread you like, preferably a Texas toast or a thick bread. And then we're gonna put it on the skillet or the grill. Now, I actually put this on a little bit too high. I should have put it on a low. And the reason why you want it on low is because you're gonna let it sit for a little bit and let it, get nice and dark. Now you notice it got the color. I got a color where I wanted it, and I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna put it right on there. And then I'm going to add the spread to this. So here comes the spread. And the key is you really want to get both sides. You can do both sides or one side, but you want to have the spread on both sides. And then you're going to put this back on the stove. Now you can actually do this. You don't have to put it on the stove right here. You can put this in the oven on the broiler. Put it on broil, 400 degrees, and then you want to watch it because it'll go fast. And all we're doing right now is we're just trying to get this cheese to melt a little bit. Okay. So I got both sides. There we go. Put this right on top. And that is perfect. It's ready to go. Nice and crispy. Now, I just want to let you know that is not burnt. That is garlic. And it's a little darker than I wanted it, but it actually was very good with this. Now, looking at my soup, got some nice, it's been about 30, 40 minutes. Nice and hot. All right, looks good. Nice and smooth. So now we're going to go ahead and add this into a bowl. Now this soup is amazing. Add this to the bowl, take some of that coconut milk, get a spoon, and we're gonna actually use this as like a little topping real quick. And then we're gonna get some bay leaves and put it right on top of it. We're gonna tear it up. You can tear it up or dice it up or whatever way you wanna do it. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little lazy. I should have, chopped it up with a knife, but I added avocados to my sandwich also, and it was amazing. So if you ever try this, let me know what you think, and I'm out. See you next time.